Welcome to Arise United Devils. In today's news, Erik Ten Hag confirms Sofyan Amrabat injury blow for Manchester United vs Brighton. Erik Ten Hag has confirmed he will not have Sofyan Amrabat available for Saturday's Premier League clash against Brighton and Hove Albion. United finalised a season-long loan deal for Amrabat on deadline day, but the midfielder was not registered in time to face Arsenal. He did, however, join up with his Morocco teammates for international duty but withdrew last Thursday due to what head coach Walid Regragui described as a precaution. The 27-year-old has been at Carrington ever since but was not spotted in training pictures uploaded by the club on Friday. And ahead of welcoming Brighton to Old Trafford, Ten Hag admitted that Sergio Reguilon could get a debut but that Amrabat will not be available. "I think so, yes," Ten Hag told MUTV when asked if the new signings will get a debut soon. "We are a little bit short of defenders, so Reguilon can come quickly. Amrabat, he came back unfortunately with the injury, so he will not be available for tomorrow, Saturday. But I think, on the short notice, yes. And I'm sure we will all get joy from them." At this moment, neither the nature nor severity of Amrabat's injury is known. United have adopted an unusually opaque approach to informing the media and supporters of any fitness issues, with players often said to be out for a few weeks. Ten Hag admitted in his pre-game press conference on Friday that both Mason Mount and Raphael Varane would also miss Saturday's clash through injury. However, both Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof are expected to be fit. Brighton will be without young striker Evan Ferguson, who pulled out of international duty due to a knee injury. Seagulls manager Roberto De Zerbi admitted the 18-year-old had only been back in training for a couple of days and is unlikely to feature at Old Trafford. In heartwarming news, Manchester United get team news boost vs Brighton. Lisandro Martinez is fit for Manchester United's Premier League home game against Brighton. Martinez was forced off in the second half of United's 3-1 defeat at Arsenal 2 weeks ago and did not play in either of Argentina's World Cup qualifying wins against Bolivia and Ecuador. However, the centre-half is available and set to resume his partnership with Victor Lindelof, who captained Sweden in their European Championship qualifiers against Austria and Estonia. Raphael Varane and Mason Mount are still out injured, but United manager Erik Ten Hag stressed the pair are in a good place. Mount has been out for 4 weeks with a muscular injury while Varane came off at half-time against Nottingham Forest 3 weeks ago. Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia and Kobbie Mainoo also remain sidelined. Ten Hag's first game in charge of United was a home defeat to Brighton in August last year when Graham Potter was in charge of the Seagulls. Roberto De Zerbi took over last September and guided Brighton to a 7th-place finish in the Premier League in the FA Cup semi-finals. Brighton did the league double over United last year, winning the reverse fixture at the Amex Stadium 1-0 in May, and they are unbeaten in their last 4 games against United in regulation time. "I love to play them," Ten Hag enthused. "It is typical. We had 2 great games in spring against them and it was head-to-head. We know we have to play tomorrow to our best because they will let you sacrifice and suffer because it gives you a lot of options, so I'm really looking forward to that fight." In other news, Erik Ten Hag casts doubt on Jadon Sancho's Manchester United future. Erik Ten Hag admits he does not know if Jadon Sancho will play for Manchester United again and said the winger is currently not important. Sancho has been exiled and told to train away from the first-team squad pending the resolution of a disciplinary matter after he publicly accused Ten Hag of lying over his omission from the matchday squad against Arsenal earlier this month. United did not dismiss interest in Sancho from clubs in Saudi Arabia before the Saudi Pro League transfer window closed last week, and representatives of the winger are gauging possible interest from Sancho's former club Borussia Dortmund and Nottingham Forest, managed by Sancho's former England under-17 coach Steve Cooper. When Cristiano Ronaldo said he had no respect for Ten Hag in an unauthorized interview with Piers Morgan last season, his departure was announced 9 days later. Ten Hag is unsure how long United's process will take and whether Sancho will pull on the club's shirt again. "I don't know," Ten Hag said when asked if Sancho would play for United again. "I am sitting here. Tomorrow we have a big game. We are going into a new block of games, many games in a condensed program. I focus on that. I don't know how long the disciplinary issue will take. But, as I say, I don't think about that. I think about tomorrow. I think about the way the team has to progress. We go to Champions League. I have a lot to consider to make the right decisions. I don't think this subject is important. I think what is important is I have to prepare my team. So that's what I do." It is also not about me, it is about the team and the club. I put my energy into giving the best performance tomorrow against Brighton. I prepare my team the best I can. I put all my effort into the players who are available. He is not available, so in this moment, he is not important, because he can't contribute. I am always honest. You have to keep things inside, but when I am asked the question, I will be honest. Once again, it is about the team. I explained something about the team, individuals in the team, that's what I expressed, nothing else. Once again, we are in a good place, we are highly motivated, really looking forward. Players coming back from international games. Most of them you saw really good results, really good performances. All the players who were on international duties, now they are back. We were really disappointed from Arsenal for the result, but not the performance. Similarly, Jadon Sancho is open to leaving Manchester United amid fallout with Erik ten Hag. Jadon Sancho is open to leaving Manchester United in the January transfer window if he remains marooned at the club until the new year. Sancho has been exiled by United manager Erik ten Hag and is pending the outcome of a disciplinary issue. Sancho accused ten Hag of lying over his absence from the matchday squad for the 3-1 Premier League defeat at Arsenal 2 weeks ago. Although Sancho has removed the 110-word statement he posted on Twitter, he has not publicly apologized, and sources close to the winger believe it may be in Sancho's best interests to move elsewhere. Borussia Dortmund, where Sancho played for 4 years, and Nottingham Forest, managed by Sancho's England under-17 coach Steve Cooper, have been identified as possible options. Sancho is believed to be reluctant to move to Saudi Arabia as he is still only 23. United received interest from Saudi clubs last week before the Saudi Pro League transfer window closed. United signed Sancho from Dortmund for £72.9 million in July 2021, and he is under contract at the club until 2026. United have the option of an additional year. On a final note, 10 youngsters feature in Manchester United training ahead of Brighton fixture. A collection of Manchester United youngsters have trained alongside the first-team squad in preparation for Saturday's Premier League clash against Brighton and Hove Albion at Old Trafford. Following a turbulent international break, the Reds will be looking to hit the ground running and resume their campaign with maximum points. United lost 2 of their opening 4 games prior to the pause, including their last outing, in which they were beaten 3-1 by Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Much of the talk over the recent break has focused on Jadon Sancho's future at the club. After United issued a statement on Thursday, confirming that he is currently training away from the first-team squad. Along with Antony's current absence, it means at least one place in attack will be up for grabs against the high-flying Seagulls, who have won 3 of their opening 4 games this season. Many anticipate that Facundo Pellistri could be awarded his first Premier League start and be tasked with operating on the right. In training images released by United on Friday morning, it was confirmed that boss Erik ten Hag has been reunited at Carrington with his international contingent. A whole host of members of his squad jetted off to different corners of the globe over the recent international period to link up with their national sides. Joining the likes of Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, who produced an outstanding display in Portugal's record-breaking 9-0 win over Luxembourg on Monday evening, and Marcus Rashford were a lorry load of youngsters, including the likes of Dan Gore and Hannibal Mejbri. Ten Hag has often invited members of the club's under-18s and under-21s to train with the first-team squad throughout his premiership. From the images released by United, which were of Thursday's session, the youngsters confirmed to have featured were James Nolan, Ethan Williams, Willy Kambwala, Sonny Aljofree, Maxi Oyedele, Shola Shoretire, Omari Forson, Mateo Mejia, Hannibal and Gore. Ten Hag has not shied away from giving members of the club's youth squads the opportunity to train alongside United's senior stars, with many of them having also featured during preseason in some capacity. The Dutchman, however, has proven that he will only accept the very best young players into his squad on a full-time basis. For example, both Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage, who impressed on the 2022 preseason tour, were sold in the most recent transfer window after failing to force their way into his plans. Of the aforementioned youngsters who took part in training on Thursday, both Gore and Hannibal were included in the matchday squad against Arsenal. Fans, do you think we will see Amrabat in United colours soon? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Till next time, thank you for watching.